enjoy here on our program, the great former Dog, the Hall of Famer, Champ Bailey, right now.
And here on Dawg Nation, happy to be standing with the Pro Football Hall of Famer, obviously a former Georgia great, but man, sounds so good to be able to say that. The yellow blazer hanging in the closet. How's life been since you've been able to say you're now enshrined in Canton?
It's been great. You know, not only did I go to Canton or get my jacket, you know, I'm in the College Football Hall of Fame now, and my dog's a national champ. So it's great to be a Bulldog right now.
Life has been pretty good for Champ Bailey these days, right?
Absolutely.
Well, we've had a chance to talk to so many great former players at Georgia, and so many of them have kind of expressed their feelings about this. What was it like for you to be able to watch Georgia bring home that national championship? Obviously, you know Kirby well, but what was it like to be able to see the Dogs finally get it done?
Well, special moment. I mean, I think as a Dog fan, we all know it's been a long time coming. And to wait 40 years to get a sniff at it, I mean, it feels great. And I think it's funny because when Kirby got here, I was like, okay, he's a young coach. We're not just going to turn that switch on all right away. But I knew he was a championship coach, and only time would tell. So it was good to see him get it before too long.
And I'm guessing it may have been a little extra sweet for you, knowing that the moment that seals the deal is an interception, a pick six.
Absolutely.
For a guy like you that made a living doing that, to see Kelee Ringo come out and do that, that had to be even more fun.
You know, absolutely. You know what's funny is I connected with this kid when he was in high school, not knowing that he would, you know, be what he is. It's just I heard about him, just sent him a note. And then to see what he's doing now and the future that he has coming up for him, I mean, I'm so proud of it, man. And to see him seal that deal for us, I mean, he's forever a Dog now.
So for guys like Kelee and other guys in the secondary, obviously a lot of talent, high-rated recruits, and yet so much of the early stage of their college career about learning how to play the game, much the same way you did.
Right.
I mean, when you do talk to guys like this, whether it be Kelee or others, you know, what do you tell them about, you know, becoming the best version of themselves of players as they can be? How do they go out and take what is obvious talent and turn that into kind of the polished, finished product which you became?
Well, put in the work. I mean, I think one thing about my career, I love to practice. I used to love it. It was hard at times. I would say 20% of the time I didn't want to do it. But I love competition. I love competing. I love polishing my game. So you just got to love the work. And you put the work in, the results will come. Because talent only takes you so far. But it's your mentality, it's the physical ability, all those things you got to sharpen to be a great pro.
Finish with this today with GDay, Georgia kind of turning the page, kind of a new era now. They're reigning national champions, which means that you get used to having the bullseye in your back, and now people are chasing you.
Right.
You know, as a player, how do you adopt that new mindset of now for a young player, I've got to go out and win my own national championship, or I've got to take that next step? You know, what's it like now being the team that's kind of accomplished the big goal, but now looking to come back and do it all over again?
Well, understanding how Kirby mind works, like he's not even going to let you think about what you've done. It's all about what you're going to do now. So the work they put in now is so important to their season. You don't have time to focus on what you've already done. I just know if they take his lead and they dial in, they'll be right back in that game again, because it just takes that process of spring, fall, in camp. I mean, just day in, day out, putting it in the bank, and then getting the receipts later just from wins. I'm telling you, that's how you grow a championship team.
Champ Bailey, you had a great career. You're obviously a guy that still knows a lot about the game. Congratulations on everything. And I know you got a fun podcast stuff going on. How can folks find out about that?
Well, UGA Football News. We're all over. I mean, find us on social media as that, UGAFootballNews.com. I mean, it's Chris Hall, Matt Hall, passionate dogs, Chris Burgett, smart businessman, former Bulldog player. So I'm linking up with people that I already have mutual interest with. It's an easy combination. We all want to celebrate this G. That's what it's all about.
Hey, Champ, great to talk to you. We'll see you soon. Good stuff there with the great former Georgia Bulldog, Champ Bailey.
All right, a few things about the interview. First of all, my undefeated streak of screaming into a microphone when we're not in the studio continues unabated there. Unnecessarily screaming. I don't know why I do that, but for whatever reason, when we're in kind of a crowded environment like that, when I don't have headphones in, when it's not a studio environment, I just have a tendency just to scream too loud. And I'm just poor Champ Bailey. I'm just standing there just screaming into his face. So that continues unabated. The streak on that continues. Also, for those of you watching a video, Champ is a cool dude. obviously cool enough to wear sunglasses indoors, but he actually was not wearing the sunglasses before the interview. He actually put the sunglasses on for our interview because in a situation like that, you got a lot of we have, like bright lights and things like that so to make the video a little bit more, presentable. I thought our lights were a little bit bright, so he put on the lights for the interview there, which was really good. Obviously, listen, if you've got the yellow jacket hanging in the closet, if you've got the Hall of Fame ring on, if you sign your autographs HOF at the end and he can sign his double HOF, if you want to wear sunglasses indoors, if you want to do anything you want to do, at that point in time, you've probably earned the right to do that. So good stuff from Champ Bailey there in that regard. And then finally, there's this. I mentioned the concept of B-roll a little earlier, the Trayvon Walker B-roll. There was also a little bit of Champ Bailey B-roll that was running during that interview. That's the kind of production value we try to provide for you here around Dawg Nation. I find myself once again asking the same question that I ask all the time. How is it that the uniforms, the silver breeches, have just gotten so much less silvery over the course of time? Like the uniform that Bailey's wearing and the action shots we were showing him a moment ago, like did they throw those away? Like why don't they just wear those pants? Like I honestly don't understand like how the uniform silver breeches color has faded so much over the years. I've never gotten look at this like that's an honest to goodness silver, is it not? I mean, I know it's a little bit of an old photograph because it's from the 90s, but like that's a true silver right there. Like did they throw these pants away? Like why don't they just wear them? I really don't get what that's about, but I'd like to see that come back because that's a sharp uniform. Now, listen, I know Coach Dunnan took a lot of grief for putting the black stripe down the helmet. I don't love that either. But the breeches, I'm a fan of. The silver breeches, I'd like to see those come back. So great stuff from Champ Bailey. And by the way, how cool is it to hear him say that, hey, he had connected with Kelee Ringo. He kind of had a little bit of a bond with Kelee. And then lo and behold, he gets a chance to watch Kelee Ringo bring home a national championship with his alma mater. That was great from Champ Bailey. One of the cool things we get to do around here from time to time is catch up with true legends, and no mistaking it, Champ Bailey is one of those. And it was really fun to get a chance to speak to him there on Saturday, his thoughts about the Georgia Bulldogs. Let me also remind you about my thoughts